this is Tammy, your Clueless Cook, and welcome back to Clueless Cooking 101. This episode, we're going to be making the best mashed potatoes you've ever had. Okay, Clueless Cooks, this is episode number 10, but I want to invite you to check out previous episodes because they kind of lead up to this. And we just do one thing at a time, so if you check out the previous episodes, of course, like them if you like them, subscribe, and shoot me a comment and let me know how your recipe turned out, because if you're trying stuff for the first time on your own, I want to know how you're doing. So first we're going to give you the ingredient list, and I'm going to show you each item one at a time. And since we're making mashed potatoes, of course the first thing that we're going to use is, I'm going to hold it up, is organic red potatoes, and those are from Walmart, and we're going to use 4 cups of them. So I already kind of jumped the gun and put some of the potatoes in this cup, but this is what they are. They're organic red potatoes. Now, I tell you not to use processed foods, so I only cheat a little bit, and I jumped the gun and I took the top off of this. This is a package of Baby Red's mashed potato mix. It's the smallest package that you can buy. It's like $1 or something. And then it's got the red Idaho thing on the top, and those are not organic. They don't make organic. Here's our bone broth that we make ourselves. You know, if you bake a chicken and then follow the bone broth recipe, then you can do that. So in these mashed potatoes, we put Parmesan cheese. We put sharp cheddar cheese. And of course, you can use whatever kind of cheese you like, but it really helps a whole lot. I put a scoop of 1 tablespoon of Better Than Bouillon. I use chicken Better Than Bouillon. It's organic. I use sour cream. I get that at Walmart. I buy the big one because I use it a lot. And we're going to put some onions in there, but I buy green onions for this because I just cut off the tips and it looks really pretty. And then we're going to do something different. We're going to take these mashed potatoes and we're going to take organic peppers, cut them in half and clean them, and we're going to stuff the mashed potatoes in the peppers and bake them. So those are organic peppers also from Walmart. And then, you know me, I like to put parsley in everything. So this is a little bit of the parsley. We're going to chop that, and we're going to put that in the potatoes also, and then of course salt and pepper. And guess what? No sriracha this time, but thought about it. Anyway, so that's the ingredient list, and we're ready to go. Okay, Clueless Cooks, if you would do me a favor and check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, a whole bunch of social media. I think it's at cluelesscooking101.com, and Eddie has created little snippets for you so that you can look at short videos, and it'll link you right to YouTube if you want. And if you would be a follower on social media, I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe and share it. Thank you. So anyway, oh, maybe even more than quarters because these are bigger than I thought. And if you see like a little black spot in your potato like this, I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know what they are, but I cut them out. So now our potatoes are cut up. I'm going to put them in this pan. Okay, so we're going to cook these potatoes on high. I think they're supposed to go on medium, but we're going to wait till they come to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down to medium until the potatoes are tender. And then that's where the magic happens. In the meantime, I'm going to chop a few things and put it in this mixing bowl. These are the things that we mix with the potatoes. Oh, I forgot about this. So you don't have to do this, but I do because it's kind of fancy. I bought these organic peppers, and I cut them in half and clean them, and then I stuff the potato in here and bake it. It's really good. You don't have to do it, but it's really good. And so you just cut it in half like that. And you know, I buy organic because when you look at the Dirty Dozen on the internet, they tell you that peppers are always part of the Dirty Dozen. So they're kind of stupid expensive, but I suck it up and buy them anyway. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of green onions, And we're going to cut these little, it's kind of like chives, only bigger. And we're going to just cut some green onions. Oh, maybe we're going to. So we're going to measure these, I think. Hope it's a half a cup. Yep, look at that. There's a half a cup of green onions, and we're going to do probably a quarter of cup of chopped fresh parsley. Because you know me and parsley, it's got a lot of iron in it, and I want you to be healthy. Okay, so Clueless Cooks, guess what? We're going to go, and instead of using a quarter of a cup of chopped fresh parsley, we're going to use a half a cup. Because that's how much I chopped. And so there's the half a cup. We're going to pour that in with the green onions. And is there anything else to chop? No, we're done chopping. Okay, so we're going to do 1 cup of sour cream. We're going to mix all that stuff in here. We don't use butter and milk. That's what traditionally is used for mashed potatoes, but this is like substantially better, so we're going to just do it. Okay, there's 1 cup of sour cream, and we're just going to stir them in together, and it's going to look pretty ugly for a bit. Then we're going to put some cheese in here. All right, we're going to use 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. And that's generally about how much we use. If you get a little more, a little less, it's quite all right. And then we're going to get some Parmesan cheese because we really like cheese. And we're just going to use a half a cup of Parmesan. There you go. It's a half a cup of Parmesan. It can be powdered, it can be shredded, it can be, you know, whatever you have. It can be the stuff in the green can. It doesn't really matter. It'll still taste good. Okay, so this is where I cheat just a teeny tiny bit. And in here we're going to use these instant mashed potatoes, baby reds, and I'll use a half a cup of that because it'll thicken it up a little bit. And save the bag because we might have to use some more just to thicken it up after we get the potatoes prepared. And of course, you know, my 1 tablespoon of better than bouillon always, because that hides a multitude of me not being that good at this. And this is organic chicken better than bouillon. You can use the dried bouillon, but it has a flavor, and I can taste it. I don't like it. So, and then I forgot, came into Teresa's fancy kitchen, and I forgot my pepper grinder. So we're going to just do like 1 teaspoon. We're going to empty it out. Oh, she doesn't have that much in there. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of ground pepper in this. We don't have to use salt because the better than bouillon has sodium in it, so I don't think we have to do anything there. Okay, well, pretend that's a teaspoon. Okay, and we're going to stir this, and then we just wait for the potatoes to cook, and then these will be our mashed potatoes. And I have a hand potato masher. That's how we're going to put these into little pieces or make mashed potatoes rather than a mixer or anything like that. And you can use a mixer. I just don't happen to have one. And I mash them by hand because I like them kind of lumpy. So we're going to boil those potatoes for probably 10 or 15 minutes. And I hate to say it this way, but you know, if you just poke a fork in there and the potatoes are tender, they're ready to go. Okay, Clueless Cooks, you know that I have a website. It's called www.cluelesscooking101.com, and it links to a blog. And of course, you can subscribe to the website, and we won't spam you or a bunch of stuff like that. But it kind of explains what Clueless Cooking is about, and it also links to both YouTube, to all of our episodes, and it links to the blog, which is this, I think this time the blog is about the top 10 clueless cooking cities in America. And Cleveland, you won. And I don't know if that means you lost, but I think you won. But anyway, check out Clueless Cooking 101 and check out our blog, and it's very entertaining. Okay, Clueless Cooks, our 15 minutes is up, and our little potato wedges are tender. I checked them, and I'm going to drain off. I used too much bone broth. I'm going to drain off the bone broth, pour the potato wedges. I don't know why I keep on saying tomato. We're going to put the tomato wedges in here, and before I do that, I'm going to mash them a little bit. Okay, so we're taking these potatoes that we've mashed up with our hand masher, and we've put them in our mixture of things, cheese and all that other stuff that we did previously, and now we're going to mix it together. And as you will see, they are a little bit too runny, so we're going to put the rest of this package of Baby Reds in here just to thicken it up. So we're just thickening our potatoes with potatoes. But I want to taste it first. Very good. You'll be very impressed with yourself if you do this. Okay. So probably another quarter cup, half cup at the most of this mashed potato mix, and it will just thicken these up. And then we'll put them in the peppers, and then we'll taste them because they're ready to roll now. You can eat them now, but we're also going to put them in the peppers and like go the extra distance to make them a little fancier. That's what your mashed potatoes look like. And we're going to spoon some into these peppers, but you can also eat them just whatever you're having as an entree. Do this as a side, and it's already got green stuff in it, so you can you can have a green vegetable or a salad or something if you want, but this has already got onions and parsley in it, so they're pretty nutritious, plus you got the peppers. So see how full I make those? It looks really pretty, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top and bake them, maybe just for like a half hour or so for the cheese to melt, and we're going to bake them on 350. For probably a half hour. There are the peppers that we've stuffed with the mashed potatoes, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top. Totally not necessary, but it makes it look pretty when it melts. So the mashed potatoes are done. You can stop now or keep going. As we bake these, it's going to be another 10 or 15 minutes. All right, and let me taste these one more time, just to double check because they're really good. And if you don't put the garlic in it, they still taste really good even without the garlic. And I'm pretty picky. I like a big flavor. It's really good. There you are, Clueless Cooks. Mashed potatoes. Okay, Clueless Cooks, timer just went off, and our time is up where we baked the mashed potatoes in peppers. I'm going to grab them, bring them out of the oven, and do a final look-see. They're very pretty, and again, you don't have to do this, but anyway, this is the end of this episode for the best mashed potatoes ever. And after having tasted these a little bit, that 1 teaspoon of salt that I put in, we're going to nix that off the recipe because these are slightly salty, and that's because I didn't put the garlic in there. So when we put the recipe up on this video, we're going to not have the teaspoon of salt go into the potatoes because we don't need it. That's what your pepper stuffed potatoes are going to look like, a little cheese spread on top. That's it. Just bake them a half hour to melt the cheese, warm up the potatoes, warm up the peppers, and then you can serve them that way, or again, just use straight mashed potatoes, which are delicious. And so I want to thank you for joining us for this episode. And since this is the month of March, starch rhymes with March, and so potatoes are technically considered a starch. And in our next episode, we're going to make rice, which is also a starch. It seems very easy, but I do a couple of things that makes it really, really good. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel at Clueless Cooking 101. We really appreciate it. Remember to share it. And then also on all of our social media platforms. And by the way, we're adding a new one that's Substack. And Substack now accepts videos, and we were going to post the blog on there, but we're going to do both. So check us out on all the social media, and again, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Clueless Cooking 101.